How's it going, guys? I'm back with another new comic book day haul. This is the haul for the 26th of April, the last week of April. So let me get right into it. I picked up Power Man and Iron Fist number 15, which has been out for like 2 weeks. And I was going to skip this issue, but after reading 14, I thought I'd see this to the bitter end and read the final issue of this great story by David Walker, and of course some amazing art from Sanford Green. And next I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe number 9. This has a new story by Sophie Campbell and Bobby Curnow, with art by Paul Tunica, and still has the second story by Bram Rebel. I thought Campbell was going to be doing the art for this first story, but other than that, I think it's still pretty interesting art. I don't think I've ever seen anything from Tunica. Here is Hillbilly number 6. It's been a very fun story. Mr. Eric Pell knows how to give us a very nice fantasy story. I have The Old Guard number 3. I was gonna stop getting The Old Guard. I think this will probably be my last issue of it. Fernandez's art is interesting. The story is pretty good too, but there's something about the art that always puts me off. I don't know. Next I have Karma Police issue 2, and the first issue was interesting. This of course was written by Chris Lewis and art by Tony Gregory. I like the art. The characters were a little difficult to figure out, but the story was interesting enough. I don't think I'm going to be getting a third issue for Karma Police, because usually my shop doesn't get them, and I did not pre-order it. I got Judge Dredd, The Blessed Earth number 1, and I guess Judge Dredd is doing arcs, so every time a new arc starts, they just start it from a number 1. And this one's written by Ulysses Farina and Eric Frades, and we got a different artist from the other arc, Daniel Irizarry. And I have to say, I think I kind of like the art in this arc more than I did in Mega City Zero. I picked up Worldreader number 1 by Aftershock. This came out last week. This is written by Jeff Loveness with art by Juan Doe. And of course I picked it up for Juan Doe's art, but I've heard some mixed feelings about this title. Got some number 1s. I picked up Batman The Shadow number 1. It's written by Scott Snyder and Steve Orlando, with art by Riley Rosmos. And then I got Zombie number 1. This is by Titan One Studios, which I guess is an imprint of Titan Comics. This one is written by Mike Hennigan, and I picked it up just because of the zombie stuff. I'm not sure what the story really is about, but I think Ben becomes a zombie. I don't know. Then I got the first issue of Mammal, and this is written by Fabian Rangel Jr. and drawn by Logan Fairbairn. It's got some pretty interesting art. I think Fairbairn did Oh Killstrike. It looks very familiar. I think it's the same artist as Oh Killstrike. Then I got some True Believers. This is XMen number 1. Scripted by John Byrne, pencils by Will Portacio, with the plot by Jim Lee and Will Portacio. X-Men number 1. Another X-Men #1. More True Believers. X-Men Rubicon. With some classic art by Jim Lee. I've been planning on getting the trade for this if I could find it. I know there's a remastered edition, but I'm not the biggest fan of the remastered edition. The second volume of Black Widow is out. The first volume was a great read. Thought it was a very fun story. This, of course, is by Mark Waid and Chris Sammies, with some very nice art by Sammies. So this collects the 7 through 12 of this new run. And then I got Rachel Rising, Volume 7. I sent for 6 and 7, and I only got 7 before I sent for BPRD Hell on Earth 14 and 15, and I only got 15. So I don't know what's up with my comic shop. But and finally, the Meta Barrens Volume 1 by Alexander Jodorowsky, with some very interesting art by Juan Jimenez. And Meta Barrens has always been offered in a collected hardcover. So this is the first time Humanoids is putting out single volumes of Meta Barrens. So I figured, why not? Let's check this out. So there it is, the last haul for the month of April. Thank you very much for watching.